Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry, I was cleaning the camera and I hung up. I'm sorry. Okay, so anyway, this is the pasta. This is it's oven ready, but I did cook it for like maybe 3 minutes because if not, it takes forever to make the lasagna. And what I'm doing is I already put olive oil on the actual pan so that way it doesn't stick. So I'm just making the first layer, which is the noodles. Thanks guys for jumping back on. I'm sorry. And if you have any like suggestions or questions, just feel free because Jay is also telling me what people are saying since I can't see it on the portal. So the first layer, I'm going to start with the beef one first just because. And like I said, you're going to want to chop up the beef like in little pieces so that way it's easier. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna roll this up and just that way it cooks more evenly and it's not all lumpy, and when you cut it you're not like eating meatballs instead of lasagna.
Guys,
alright, Singron.
I need to show you something. Me and my mom made this. It's supposed to be an animal Play-Doh thing.
It's a turtle.
It's supposed to be a turtle.
Hi Eileen.
Who's Eileen?
These are all my friends on Facebook. Watch out.
Really?
Watch out. Yeah. So I'm gonna take a layer of the beef and just do like a kind of a thin layer across, like one layer across, but all the way across. And I didn't make that much beef, and this is kind of small, so it's just gonna be one layer of beef for now. You can make two if you wanted to. That's okay. If you just have for one, that's okay too. Hi Anna. Hey guys, thanks for jumping back on. Sorry I hung up on you. Like I said in the first video, I'm not good at this. I don't know how to do this really, so. Oh, thank you, Jay. Alright, so I'm just doing this really like for fun because I just feel like, you know, the climate, everybody's kind of down and stuff, and so I just figured, you know, and sometimes people aren't really used to cooking at home. So it's just a little something you can make and then you can have it for later. All right, so I'm layering my noodles again. I don't know what happened here. There we go. This guy got stuck and bad things happened to this noodle. This noodle has seen better days. I'm sorry, but it's okay. We still use you. All right, so we're gonna put the rest of these guys on here. You're gonna want to put some sauce. I forgot about the sauce. I'm sorry. Hold on. We're gonna take these off. My bad. Okay, let's get the sauce. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna put the sauce on the meat. Okay, I'm gonna put a layer of sauce, kind of like a thick layer, you know, and then I'm gonna put some cheese. So I got this kind of cheese. It's shredded already. It's super easier because if you use the regular cheese and then you try to do it, it's gonna take forever. You could do it. I've done it. It just takes a long time, and you're like, you know, gonna want to eat at some point, right? So, okay. I'm doing a layer of the cheese. Just boom. I want to show you what this looks like. Hey, Shakima. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it. Do you see it? You see it, Jay? The lasagna? No, I mean like on the TV. On the thing? It's still waiting. Oh, okay. Anyways, this is the lasagna. I put the cheese. I'm going to put some more noodles now that I remembered the sauce and the... I'm sorry, I'm nervous. Okay, so... let's put the rest of the noodles. And that's what I said. You know, the little ones, you can still use them. Hi, Teresa. Okay, so let's just layer this guy up and move on to the next layer. which is the ricotta, which I think, is also the star of the show. And there we go. Okay. So I just put a layer of noodles. It doesn't have to be beautiful because guess what? You're going to eat it, right? And not only that, you're going to cook it. And the ricotta is going to cover it. If it looks beautiful, that's awesome. You should send me a picture. I would love to see what your lasagna looks like if you actually make this recipe. And like I said, if you have any suggestions, that's good too. I'll take them because that's how we learn, right?
Steve joined the watch party.
Awesome. Hey, Steve. All right. So I'm just going to use my fingers. That's okay. My hands are clean. So I'm just going to put a dollop of this on there. Hi. And I want it to be kind of even. Just like if you could think of, hey Matt, like a cake frosting, let's say. And again, this is very seasoned, this ricotta. Thank you. This ricotta has nutmeg, it has oregano, it has parsley, it has garlic, it has a little bit of salt. And like I said, I think the nutmeg is like the secret ingredient for this guy. Hey, Sarah. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I got a napkin. This is what it looks like for now. Like I said, it's not the prettiest thing, but hey, missed you too. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see anything. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. Okay. There. So, there you go. Hey, Mom. All right, now I'm going to put some more cheese. Cheese is your best friend when you're making this. It's going to be fantastic. I miss you too. I really miss New York. I love you guys. I'm so sorry you're going through all of this. Like, it's crazy, but it can't last forever. And I definitely, plan on visiting once it's all, back to normal and stuff, so we can all hang out and stuff. And maybe I'm definitely not going to make a lasagna. We could go eat lasagna or something. All right, so I put cheese. And then I'm going to put another row of noodles, and then sauce, and then cheese, and that's it. Okay, let's see if I can get these noodles unstuck. They're like one giant thing because I didn't put oil in the pan when I was cooking them. So you definitely want to put some olive oil in the pan when you're cooking your noodles. That was my mistake, but it's not the end of the world. I could probably separate them. And the thing is, you're not going to really see the noodles when you're making the lasagna. So it's not a humongous deal. All right, let's see. Come on, noodles. You can do it. That's the show. Oh man, this is not good. I'm trying to separate these noodles. They are really stuck. So this is like a PSA for what not to do. Okay, wait, I think I got one over here. Hold on. This is the ugly one from earlier. Let's see if I can get it back together. Wow. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Okay, it still works. See? Still good. Don't worry. You'll be fine. No one will see it. Only you guys. Well, no. It's okay. We'll still eat it. All right, let's see. Oh my God. All right, I got something going on. I was telling Jay, I was like, you know what? I really wanted like jokes and banter and stuff. So look, I got some jokes for you. This thing is completely stuck. Okay, let's see if I can grab it from this end. Wow. Hi, Medina. I wonder if I wet it, if it'll come apart again. Maybe, right? Let's try that. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next thing.
So it's whether you're doing fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, so you're saying
I'm able to see it now, yeah. Where's the oil? Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna put them back in the water, cold water right now with some oil. Let's see if they separate. Just give it a minute. All right, so we're gonna move on for right now. to the brownies, because that's really, another thing that is fantastic. I don't know how this happened. Apparently, I make fabulous brownies. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't bake much else that's good. I can make some cupcakes that are okay. The secret to the cupcakes is applesauce. If you didn't know, it makes them, yes, it will. Okay, good. And the applesauce makes them really moist and light and fluffy. So if you ever make cupcakes, throw in like a tablespoon or two of applesauce. Okay, so here's my brownies. It's that simple. I take the brownies and I follow the directions on the back of the box. What I do is I also have this that my mom bought me that makes it really fast. Okay, and what I do is I take a paper towel and I butter it. Every slot gets buttered. I think that might be the secret. Let's see. Where's the butter? Somewhere in this mess. Here we go. Okay. Here's the butter. And again, I just use regular butter, real butter. I don't trust that margarine stuff. I don't know. And I just take the paper towel and you're gonna want to do this. Just get all in there. Every single square. It probably seems like a lot, but honestly, it really does help. And it makes the edges like crispy. Yeah, I love brownies too. It makes them nice and crispy and like have a little bit of a salty flavor to them, which is really nice. And then the other thing I do, which I think helps, is when I smell them, I take them out. Like even if it's not the time that it says, I take them out because the thing is that they continue to cook. It's so hot that they continue to cook even though they're out of the oven. So even when they're still, like I'll put the toothpick in them. Yeah, it's a good brownie mix. I'll put the toothpick in them and it'll still be like a little bit wet. That's okay. You don't want them to be too dry, Hey Raquel, you don't want your brownies to be dry. No one will want you to make brownies again, I guess. And I use any kind of brownie mix, honestly. I bought one from Aldi. It was not so good. So I like this one, this Girardelli. But I also like the Pillsbury Farms one. Hey, that one is pretty good also. So for everybody just jumping on, I had a major problem with the lasagna because I didn't put oil in the water. So the noodles stuck together. So I'm waiting for them to separate a little bit, hopefully. All right, so every single square is buttered. Boom. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your brownie mix and just throw it in there. All right, I got this from Williams Sonoma. I love Ina Garden. I think she's fabulous. She's like a genius from NASA. Oh my God, this comes with extra stuff. Cool. And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Maybe. So I'm gonna open this up and just dump it in there. You're gonna wanna stir this 50 times. That's it. Don't stir it too much or whatever, because that's gonna make them, I think, tough. So that's the other secret that I have. I just 50 times. I learned that on the back of a box. And the reason also that I'm doing this is because like when I got married, nobody told me really how to cook. I kind of tried to figure it out. I lived on my own since I was 24. So I had already lived on my own for a little while and I knew some stuff. But there was a lot of meals that weren't good. And my husband still ate them because he loves me. So I'm trying to avoid that. I'm trying to give you some tips along the way. So this is like the extra fudge stuff that you throw in there. That's the goodness, all the sugary goodness. This is really good, with ice cream. I know. We're on quarantine. We're allowed to eat this, honestly. I mean, I think it should be encouraged. All right, so then I just follow the box. So it says oven 325. It says quarter cup of water, quarter cup of oil, 1 egg. Boom. And then you're just, like I said, gonna want to stir it 50 times only. You're gonna put it in to everybody the same height if you can. And I use like a ladle. Sometimes I use an ice cream scoop that helps to get them in there. And then when it's done, I keep getting interrupted. Sorry. When it's done, oh my God, you're so out of control right now. When I smell it, that's when I start to check it. And then if it's still a little bit wet on the inside, that's okay because then it's going to keep cooking. Let me get the stuff for this and then we'll throw them in. Okay, okay. Yes, girl. Listen, you don't even know what I bought today. I bought some Snickers ice cream bars. And not only did I buy Snickers ice cream bars, but they were buy one, get one free. So I bought 2 boxes and each one had 12. So right now in my deep freezer, because I'm OD and I have a deep freezer, I have 24 Snickers ice cream bars, okay? So this is a problem. This is a problem. I really, I need to go running. Forget about jogging, forget about walking. I need to, when I get off here, I should just start running so that I can have one because it's out of control. But I'll probably eat some brownies, so that's okay. Alright, I'm rinsing my measuring cup because it had Parmesan cheese in it, and I don't think you want that in the, I don't want that in the brownies. Hey, Diane. Alright, so 1/4 cup of water, 1 egg, I already added the egg. Let's see. 1/4 cup of water. I got a water filter thing here because the water in Florida is very scary. They said that I had the perfect water for a swimming pool. So I'm thinking about getting a pool. Now, but I got a thing for it, a filtration system, because they say that the chlorine in the water is really bad for you. It causes bladder cancer, which, it's bad. All right, so 1/4 cup of oil. Again, I use the olive oil. You could use coconut oil, which is really nice. Also, if you like coconut brownies, but my husband doesn't really like that. So they're watching TikTok in the background. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, so it looks like this, which, is fine. You're going to just stir it 50 times. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And you can see it's getting, melty. 26, 27, 28. For whatever reason, every time I make cake, it doesn't come out. Every time. Even cake from the box. I don't know. I can only make brownies and cupcakes. That's it. All right. So now you're going to, even though it's just 50 times, you're going to want to just incorporate the dry spots into the actual mix. Okay? So just make sure that you don't have dry spots because it's really gross, once it cooks. So you want everything to be wet, all mixed in together. Okay? And then you can, like I said, I like to use a ladle sometimes or an ice cream scoop. I've been making these brownies forever. So for me, it's just easy. Hey, Christina. So again, I buttered every single entrance. And now you're just going to load them up. You want them to be approximately the same height because, see, I still have some mix that's not wet. So I'm going to want to fix that up. Mix it just a little bit. You don't want to overmix it. They're going to be tough. All right. So you want them to be nice and soft and smushy and melty and delicious. Can you tell I'm hungry? All right. So I love these things. These spatulas are fantastic. I always like fighting with the bowl to get it out. So you could also do this, what I'm doing, which is just try to get the same amount on the spatula and then wipe it onto the, see? And I'm just going to try to do them all even and then throw them in. And the other thing you got to keep in mind is that sometimes the time is different. Well, most of the time, the time is different depending on if you're using a glass pan or if you're using a metal pan. I guess the metal conducts differently. Yeah, I put the egg in already. I put the egg, I put the water, I put the oil. And the cool thing about the spatula is that you could just like kind of clean it off super easy like that. Okay, so I'm gonna try to clean this off as much as I can. Make some room for myself. I got a mess here, let me tell you. I don't usually cook like that. I always try to, like my dad used to always say, a real chef cleans as they cook. He went to culinary school, and a lot of my secrets, my cooking secrets are from him. My mom is an amazing chef, but she doesn't like to cook. So that's kind of sucky. But every now and then she'll make something. And she makes an amazing pernil. Hey, Abby. To the point where, like I said, my dad was a chef. Like he went to culinary school and everything. And he used to tell me she makes the best pernil he ever had. So that's saying a lot. All right, so these guys are all crazy. You're going to just want to, I guess you could tap them, but I know we're on the live, so I don't want to make it too loud. I'm just going to move them around so that they could be even. And each one, you know, the reason you want them all to be the same height is so that they cook around the same amount of time. So you don't have some that are like burnt and then some that are really, really wet. You don't want that. Because then you got to put them back in. I've done that before. It's not a big deal. If some of them are too wet, you could just put it back in. Like take the ones that are cooked out and then put the other ones in again. Like there's too much in this one. I'm going to put it on that one. Okay. So this is pretty much ready to go. And like I said, when you smell them, I don't know if you're making these with me, which is kind of cool. But if not, if you do them another time or whatever, that's cool too. When you smell them, check them. That's one thing. And then use a little toothpick or a fork or whatever. To get them out, you're going to want to use a plastic knife if you got one. Now, not everybody has this fancy schmancy brownie thing that their mom gave them because they make brownies all the time. So, forever, I was making them in something that looks like this. So, a plastic knife is the best way to get them out. All right, so that's it on the brownies. And just keep your nose out for them. I'm going to throw them in. And it says, let's see. It doesn't say here. Oh, yeah. Okay, metal and glass. Yeah. So it's going to be, I guess, $3.25 for both. Hello. All right, I got this at $3.75 for the lasagna. So I'm going to lower it. And then I'm just going to leave the door a little bit open so that it could cool down the oven. All right, let's check on these noodles. Please let them be ready. I gotta wash my hands. I got some chocolate here. How are you guys doing? What are you doing to stay busy these days? Anything interesting? Any hobbies? Anything fun? Oh my God, this is working. Shakima was right. The noodles are coming apart. I'm so happy. That was really bad. I mean, you know, it's taking its time, but it's working. I think there is a delay between what I'm saying and what you guys are hearing. No, that's not good. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Got some noodles. You could tell I'm not a chef, right? I just figured this would be fun. And like I said in the earlier live before I hung up on everybody, it's a thing where you could just freeze it, you know, later on and have it again, you know? So, hey, just fighting with these noodles, trying to get them to cooperate. It's always something, right? That's okay.
Chelsea.
Hey Chelsea. Hey Nani, how you guys doing? Hope everybody's Doing good. Yeah. Are you guys all still working? Are you home? We're home, which is nice. It's been a little crazy. It's a lot of parenting all the time, which is a little exhausting. But we've been staying up really late. I don't know if you guys have been staying up late. We've been staying up to like 2 a.m. over here and waking up at like 9, which is kind of cool. Just to have some adult time. Someone was telling me earlier that they have been feeling really cooped up in their apartment. And, it's good that I have a backyard, which it is good, it's helpful for sure. But one of the things that sometimes I do just to make me feel a little bit less enclosed is I go for a drive, even if I don't go anywhere, just to drive around, And I think that might be, you still working? Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's good and it's bad, right? But yeah, so basically going for a drive I think has been very helpful for me. Our son is really into Pokemon. So I downloaded Pokemon Go and now I'm doing Pokemon too. So that's been, very interesting. But it's not a bad thing. It's actually fun. It's not that bad. And we drive around and we find gyms to go to. So that's kind of cool. All right. This is not going to be the prettiest thing in the world, but like I told you, nobody's going to see it. It's going to be covered in cheese and all kind of goodness, so it doesn't matter. All right, let's see. The other thing I've been doing too is like decorating and stuff. So if there's something that I wanted to get, I've been doing that too. And I drop things off for my mom. I'm like the supply hunter. If you guys saw my pantry, it's like embarrassing. I'm like zombie apocalypse. Like I want all those groceries. I want all the groceries. I don't hoard. I don't get like 20 of one thing. But I definitely have 5 milks because I've tried to get milk before and not been able to, and that's scary. So for me, I'm like, this my mom says this is my way of controlling my existence at this point. So, all right, I finally got that layer of noodles. Yay. I'm throwing some sauce on it. So this sauce is pretty much done. I'm going to get another sauce. It doesn't matter if you mix the sauces. That's the cool thing about lasagna. It's very friendly to make. And I used to always be afraid to make lasagna. Like, no, it's still good. I would be afraid to make lasagna. I'm like, oh my God, lasagna. Like, that's such a grown-up thing to make. But it's not that hard. Honestly, it's like whatever. Lasagna. I eat those. Literally. All right. So we did the ricotta. We did everything. Blah, blah, blah. All right. This is what we're going to do next. I have a layer of sauce on top of the last layer of noodles. So we did noodles, beef, cheese, sauce, noodles, ricotta by itself, and then noodles, sauce, and I'm going to put some cheese on top of that. I got to find the cheese. It's somewhere here. Ah. Ha ha ha. I found it. Okay. So yeah, we've been like, my mom calls it big game hunting when you try to kill like an insect in your house. So we've been big game hunting on like the wipes, paper towels, bleach, stuff like that. Some restaurants out here are selling them. And I've been contacting them. Somebody gave me bleach with chicken blood on it. Can you believe that? I bought chicken wings and it had chicken blood on the bleach. I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Thank God they put it in the car. They didn't have on masks. They didn't have on gloves, nothing. I was like, that's the last time I buy from them. We got paper towels and masks like crazy. People have been mailing my mom stuff. I'm like, if I don't have this, she has that. To the point where a friend of mine, my friend Riza, had put that she needed the bleach. And I thought she said she needed bleach. So I was like, girl, you could go get bleach from such and such places and this and that. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you said you needed bleach, right? She was like, no. And then I looked again and it said she needed the bleach. Tremendous. All right, so, hey, Justin, you're back. Do you make lasagna, Justin? Have any of you guys tried to make lasagna before? It's not that hard. All right, so I got my last layer on here. So, like I said, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the aluminum foil to cover it for when you cook it, okay? Just in the beginning, like the first maybe half an hour. So I'm going to get the aluminum foil. You're going to spray the foil with Pam so that it doesn't stick to the cheese, because that really, it does happen. All right, I'll be right back.
Try to get off that TikTok.
That's not fun. That's not fun.
Yeah, show daddy.
He does some.
I'm back. Okay, so here's the pan. I'm just gonna spray it. I'm gonna spray it over the sink so that the floor doesn't get slippery. Okay, that's another insider tip. Okay, and then just gonna cover it. I think one foil probably could do it. Let me see. Yeah, that's probably fine. And that's it, easy peasy. So that's the beef one. I'm just gonna do the spinach one real quick. I don't even set a timer for my brownies at this point, but if you have a pan like mine, it's probably like 15 to 18 minutes, just because the holes are small, so they cook faster. If you're using a big pan like I used to use, it's gonna be very shallow. It'll be like probably to here. It'll still cook kind of fast, but it might take a little bit longer. Hang on 1 second. Throw this in. All right. So everybody makes fun of me because I watch a million baking shows and I can't bake to save my life. The only thing I can make is box brownies, and sometimes, well, I make good cupcakes, I've been told. But I don't make my own icing. I don't have a standing mixer. Everybody has them. I was going to get one just because I think they look cute. But I'm like, for what? Maybe I'll get inspired if I have one. I don't know. All right, so I don't know if you heard about the noodle debacle. They all stuck together because I didn't put oil in the water. But I was able to salvage them by putting more water in the pot again with some oil. So they are separating, so that's a good thing. And it just speaks to the fact that you don't have to have it look beautiful for it to taste good. All right, so I seasoned the spinach with, I sauteed it with butter and garlic powder and chili flakes, red hot chili flakes or whatever. And then I'm gonna put what I have here, these noodles, down. And the beef lasagna is already in there. Let's see. That's not gonna work. Honestly, I really hate these oven-ready noodles. If you guys have the option, just get the regular ones, because it's just too much. It's just too much. Hey, Celia. All right, this is like crazy. All right, let's see. Oh man, okay. I'm still trying to line this pan. Celia, all my noodles stuck together because I forgot to put oil. Oh, hi. All right, we can do this. We can do this. I'm a smart lady, right? I could do this. Figure this out. They're so bad, right? They are so bad. I hate them. These damn oven-ready cacas. They're terrible. For lack of a better word. I mean, they're just awful. I actually boiled them a little bit because I've used them before, and they take 100 years to bake the lasagna. So I boiled them to help them out, and they did get soft, but then they all stuck together. So look at this. It's crazy. It's okay though. I'm gonna make it work. So I already put the beef lasagna in, and the brownies are in. I know, so bad. And I'm gonna try to make this happen. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know if I'll make a video again another day. I was gonna say, like, if you guys want to see how I make a flan, I could do that. I have the stuff to make a flan. That's pretty good. And I've made those like a million. I mean, I've made lasagna before too, but I've made a lot of flans. I used to always make flan all the time. Hey, Adrian. That was like my Christmas thing. I used to make coquito, and I used to make flan every Christmas. And me and my dad, we used to taste test the coquito. So by the time it was ready to rock, we were ready for a nap. It was kind of like very strong. The recipe I had called for a cup of rum and a shot of brandy. So it was kind of strong. Some of my friends, I had given them like a gallon of it, and they wound up setting it on fire. I know I know I've added water to it the last time, but it took so long to cook the oven ready ones. So I tried to boil them to make it faster, which I think might have been successful if I would have just added some oil. So this is like a word to the wise, just use regular noodles. Don't bother with the oven ready ones if you don't have to, unless you know how to use them. And then, of course, do whatever you know how to do. That makes the most sense. Hey, Michelle. Oh my God, look at this big noodle that I got here. Yes. Yeah, they're rough. This is like, how some people have that nightmare that you're going to do public speaking and you're naked? I guess this is my like lasagna nightmare, but that's okay. It's still gonna taste good. So I was able to paste them together and it looks like this, which is kind of scary, but that's okay. It's gonna still taste good. Don't worry. It's a thin layer. All right, so get the spinach going. All right, I made the spinach with chili peppers and butter and garlic. Okay, so I'm just gonna line the pan with the lasagna. And usually I like the spinach lasagna better than the regular one sometimes because I just really like the taste of spinach with the red pepper flakes and the garlic powder. It's really, really good. And I cook it in butter. A friend of mine had given me her secret recipe. I'm just giving out all the secrets today. But that's okay, you guys are friends, so not a big deal. That's what friends are for, right? My mom is laughing. That's good. At least somebody's laughing. I'm ready to cry with these damn noodles, but it's okay. All right, so the spinach is in. All right, so now I'm going to put some cheese and some sauce. I'm going to remember this time. Here we go. This is like one of those blooper videos. So take what you see with a grain of salt, okay? You're going to do it your own way. I'm glad the comments are coming up at least. It wasn't happening for me the last time. I think there's like a really big delay. All right, so that happens. I'm going to put some sauce also. Probably should put the sauce before the cheese, but that's okay. Hey, Ronnie. So I was mentioning that I love Ina Garten. She's like one of my favorite cooks, right? And I just think she's awesome. She's fantastic because she's like this NASA engineer turned like Hamptons like shop owner for like a little deli, gourmet deli thing, turned like TV cook or whatever. She's fantastic, and she says things like, "Oh, that's fabulous," and I say that, so that's fantastic to me. But her materials that she used, of course, are top of the line, right? So one of the things I always tell my mom is that made me laugh. She's like, "Oh, I get my vanilla from cracking up. I get because she knows where I'm going with this. I get my vanilla from like children in Indonesia who make it like, from unicorn feathers or whatever. And, it's really fantastic and this and that. But store-bought is okay too. So that's that's really one of the things that that always tickles me, So I always feel like store-bought is okay too, right? It's okay. And she's actually calmed down a lot. She doesn't really do that as much anymore. I wonder if somebody told her. Like, that's a little condescending. But I still love you, Ina Garten. I really do. You're like my hero. I even have, well, you can't really see it now, but I have her spatula from Williams-Sonoma because I am a big fan. So in any case, the noodles are coming apart. If you're just joining us, you missed the noodle fiasco where I bought oven-ready noodles and I boiled them because I was like, they're not going to get me this time. And they did. because they all stuck together like this and they look crazy as hell, but that's okay. Right, Mom? Store-bought is okay too. So Ina's the reason that I grate my own Parmesan, because she said, you don't know, how long ago the Parmesan was grated. And that is very true. And it tastes fresher when it's freshly been grated. So that's what I do now. And then I bring some to my mom because I'm a good girl, right, Mom? All right, so we seasoned the ricotta with nutmeg and garlic and oregano and parsley flakes and all kinds of stuff. So it tastes actually really good, which is nice. I find nutmeg to be a really good secret ingredient for ricotta and also for salmon. So if you don't like a fishy salmon or you're not like a humongous fan of salmon, it actually helps a lot to put the ricotta on there. Yes. Yeah. My husband is like the dedicated salmon maker at home, even though he's always like kicking and screaming to make it, but he makes it best. It also has Parmesan cheese in here, which is why I mentioned the Parmesan. I know you don't have to boil the oven ready ones. I tried it before without boiling them, and it took me like way longer to make the lasagna. So that's why I tried to boil them to save time. I know. Epic fail. It's okay. I'm still moving forward with this recipe. All right, right now I'm putting a layer of the ricotta. I love all the like laughing emojis, I feel like we really need a good laugh these days. I don't know if you guys have seen Tiger King. Somebody posted, hey Alana, somebody posted on Facebook. They were like, oh, I don't watch I don't watch Tiger King. I can honestly post I've never seen Tiger King because I don't watch trash. And I was like, well, apparently I do, because that crap is hysterical. I was like, listen, now is the time to just be really easy with yourself. If you want to watch trash TV, that's your business. So I saw all the episodes and the bonus episode, and I'm part of the Tiger King meme group because I need to laugh. So in any case, I recommend it if you're bored. Joel McHale did the bonus episode, which is hysterical. I really like the way he did it too. It wasn't like making fun of them or anything, which I think is nice, because this is like people's reality, And I love the meme that says that a tiger's only $2,000. Like, this is what I'm going to buy with my stimulus check. I mean, I wouldn't buy a tiger, but I was shocked that they're only $2,000. I mean, that's a good deal. I'm all about the deals. Yeah, best train wreck ever. So now I'm watching, what is it, babe? The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, which has been around for a while. And the guy who does, used to do Jackass, he's directed it. Johnny Knoxville, thank you. And if you like trash TV, it's a close second, if not even worse. I also watch Jersey Shore, which has been on for like 10 years. So, but anyway, I digress. I'm still here taking apart these noodles because that is life. This is life. I bought oven ready noodles. I cooked them because I thought I was like, being smart. And then I forgot to put oil in it. So one time I made, hey Elsa, I don't know if you guys have had codfish fritters. They're called bacalaitos, like where we're from, and I made them, and they look beautiful, right? I had, was Amy over, Jay, when I made those bacalaitos? Was Amy at the house when I made them, the bacalaitos? Got a piece? I think it was like Mom and Amy were at the house, and I made chicken. Yeah, I'm putting it out there. I gotta say something, right? With all these damn noodles, like I gotta say something to entertain you guys while I get this cooking. Literally. Okay. So yeah, I'm sacando los trapitos, like we say. In any case, this is just to show you that you need to watch cooking shows sometimes because it does really help. But anyway, maybe not this show, but other ones. In any case, I made them. They were beautiful. I made chicken also. This is like what I do. I make multiple dishes at once, and they look really good, right? They look great. And I'm cooking, right? So I didn't get to eat any of them yet. Look who's there. Hi, Eva. She's watching her show, so she don't have time for us. Oh, there you are. Hi. So
Toy
anyway,
baby shop.
yeah. So I go to sit down to eat, right? And I'm like taking a bite of these bacalaitos. They look gorgeous. Like we doctor them up and put all this stuff in them and whatever. That could be another show. Okay. So in any case, I bite and I'm like, oh, thank you. I bite and I'm like crunching, right? I'm like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what? I'm like, these are so salty. How are you people eating these things, right? And thank God Amy didn't eat them because she was like, not my mom or my husband, so I would have felt even worse. And they're like, no, it's okay. We just mix them with the rice. And I'm like, oh my God, these are disgusting. So anyway, I told them, you have to stop eating that. Thank goodness I had meat chicken to go also with the meal. So my mom was like, this is my mom. She's very diplomatic. She was like, the bacalao, you have to soak it. Sometimes there's like the one that you buy that you soak it for one day. And then there's the one that you buy that you soak it for 3 days. I was like, yeah. She's like, I really think this was a 3-day one. I was like, yeah, maybe. And she was like, you need to change the water too when you soak it. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So you see, these things happen, right? All right. So anyway, I have like a ton of ricotta cheese left. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If you know any recipes for ricotta cheese, like, oh, you know what? I can make stuffed shells another day. That'll be really good. Okay, so I have a lot of this left. But anyways, I did a layer of the noodles. I did a layer of the spinach. Girl, I soaked the fish for one day and I didn't change the water. Or I might have changed the water. It was only one day. And the bacalao was so salty. I didn't know. And they were like, oh, didn't you taste the batter before you fried them? No. Because it was like uncooked fish. I'm trying to be all safe. It was terrible. So my husband is a good man. He ate them, and my mom too. It was interesting. Anyway, so that was one of my bad ones. I made a pernil one time for my dad. He came over. I made him rice with black beans and pernil. So I followed his recipe, for the black beans to the T, except he didn't mention that, I needed to change the water on the beans. They were like those hard black beans, and so that they were like mud. And the pernil was also very salty. So now I don't really cook with salt. Like, you could add it later if you want. He was like, how much salt did you add? And I was like, I don't know, like whatever the recipe said. He said, you need to cut that by like half. So now you know. In any case, all right. So I added the sauce again. This is the top layer. So this top layer, it's like noodle, spinach, noodle, ricotta, noodle. No. ¿Cómo fue? Hold on. Noodle, spinach, cheese, sauce. Noodle, ricotta. And you can put some cheese there too if you want. And then noodle, sauce, cheese. Boom. We're finally done. Oh my God, this took forever. I'm so sorry. But normally it won't take so long. If you know what you're doing, this could be fast. All right, hold on one second. Let me get myself organized here. Hey! Hi, Joseph. How you doing? I was just talking about Dad and how I made him a pernil one time. Extremely salty. Extremely. He was like, whatever salt you did, cut it in half. It'll be fine. So that made me laugh. All right. I'm getting the spoon. I'm going to move this sauce around a little bit. We're almost done, guys. And I smell the brownies. So that's really, really great. My husband said he smells them too. Yeah, I did one layer of spinach because, you know what? I only had one layer of spinach worth. But that's okay. We can add more, for the next time or whatever. This is something that I make a lot. And what I was saying is that, you would never know it by the fact that it's falling apart. But I do make this. And it's something that you could freeze later on. Like once it cools down, you can just whatever you're not going to eat, freeze it. And then if you don't feel like cooking one day, you just toss it in the microwave or the oven or whatever. So I mean, also you don't want it to be too tall. You know, you could even mix the ricotta with the spinach and do 2 layers of that, which would be probably really nice also. Anyways, all right, so I'm gonna throw the cheese on top. Here we go. Keep losing my cheese. They're dancing. Come dance over here so they can see you. Somebody's playing Shakira. My son is watching TikTok. We downloaded it. Oh my god, my mom said she has not stopped laughing. I'm glad. This is entertaining. That was kind of the point, you know, to make something, show some tricks of the trade, even though it didn't really, you know, go the way we wanted it to, and get together with friends. Okay, cool.
Keep on going. I'll tell you when to stop.
Apparently, okay, baby. Anyway, my son is here. Okay, I had a apron lined up for him. He was gonna help me cook, and then he chickened out. So, anyways, I'm just adding the cheese. So if you're following me, I made 2 lasagnas. Oh my god, Jack! I made 2 lasagnas. I made 1 beef one and 1 spinach one, which I know was kind of adventurous. Anyway,
Whoa.
so I used 2 of these, which they are 8 ounces each of the cheese, and 2 of the ricotta, which they were 15 ounces each. So, anyway. All right, cool. Now, the tip that I suggested for the other lasagna is going to go for this too, which is you're going to take your aluminum foil and you're going to spray it with Pam, and the lasagna is going to go in at 375 for the first half an hour covered. You're going to know, you know, when it's done because it's already, okay, put it to you this way. The spinach is cooked, the beef is cooked, the noodles are cooked. Yeah, they're my backup dancers. So basically, you're just going to need to cook it enough for the cheese and everything to cook and melt. So I would say probably 45 minutes, maybe an hour. At 375. So the first half an hour is just covered. You're going to spray it with Pam so that it doesn't stick to the cheese because that has happened to me before. All right. Always washing hands. Always washing hands, right? All right. So, where's the Pam? Okay. So this, yeah, I'm going to take out the brownies. Okay, hang on one second. Let's see can you see the lasagna? So I think that looks probably good. My thumb was in the way, but I think that looks good. And let me just spray the foil over the sink, because if you spray it over the floor, you could slip and fall. Okay, that's it. All right, I'm gonna check the brownies. They should be done. Well, maybe not, but we'll check them. I'm gonna bring them over here so you could check them with me. Hang on one second. Ooh, they look good. All right. I think every kitchen should have a trivet. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had Ava's apron at your house or if I have it here, because I couldn't find it. Okay. Look at these beauties. They look done. I'm gonna check them. They smell, let me tell you, fantastic. I'm actually very hungry making all of this stuff. So let's see. Hang on one second. All right. Oh, I dropped my toothpick. Hang on one second.
Daddy, I need to show you something. Can I? Look. Oh!
All right. In her closet, I can't find it. I'll have to look again. So we're gonna use the fancy toothpicks because I dropped the last non-fancy one. And you know, use a fancy time. So I think I'm gonna start drinking out of a stemmed wine glass like my mom. Now, I was just thinking we need to be really easy on ourselves these times, right? Okay, it's still a little bit wet. You can see somewhere. There we go. It's like, you're going to always check the middle. The middle is the one you're going to check because the edge is always cooked first. Let's use another one to check the other brownie next to it. Hang on 1 second. This is a very long live. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's try this one.
Daddy, what's this?
You see how it's like mostly cooked? It just looks like it has some cake on it. Okay, that's fine. This is done. And like I was saying earlier, it will continue to cook. Yes, not wine, sparkling water, of course. This is going to continue to cook because it's so hot. The pan is hot. So even if it's still a little bit undercooked, that's okay. Because if you cook it to completely cooked, it's going to continue to cook and then they're going to be hard. And I really think that and buttering the pan are two of the secrets to making really good brownies. Yeah, no soggy bottoms. Oh my gosh. You guys watch the Great British Baking? Like I said, I watch all these baking shows and I made my own birthday cake one year and it was so bad. Jay ate it, of course. He's such a nice guy. But Jack was like, no, I am not going to eat that. That looks really bad. So anyway, so the brownies are done. And I'm going to let the lasagna continue to cook. Like I said, probably the whole thing would be 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how big of a lasagna you're doing. I'm doing a smaller one. It's going to be less time. So I don't think it's ready yet, though. I don't smell anything. That's really a good indicator. And after half an hour, I would probably just remove the foil. So, feel free to look up recipes online, too, and see if there's anything you would do differently. But that's how I make the lasagna. If you have some kind of garlic bread to go with it, that would be good. Texas toast is fast and easy. I would imagine probably readily available. Also, if you only have Italian bread, you could split it, butter both sides, put some garlic powder, some fresh garlic, call it a day. So up to you, whatever you want to do. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me and bearing with me through all of this. And I hope you had fun. And that's pretty much it. I wish everybody a wonderful, weekend coming up. And I hope you get to do something that you love, even if, it's not something that you would normally do. And we really need to have the family take a bow. We need to really, enjoy this time also together. Because like I was telling, some people, it's not going to last forever. So thank God we're safe, we're healthy, and stuff like that. And let's just try to stay positive. If you want me to make another video, I will. I can make, like I said, I can make a flan. I can make some Parmesan crusted chicken, which is really good. I'm glad you were entertained. That was the point, right? And there's a couple other things. Jay, they want the kids to take a bow. It's so funny. Come. Jack, come say bye. We're going to hang up. Hopefully, we'll be able to eat soon. The brownies are done. All right. Bye, guys. How do you turn this off?
Oh.
Okay, you do it.
Sorry, guys.
Wait, see, there's a video here that says end.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That was like the perfect